Hello and welcome to today's Q&A with Joanna Lot, who is an experienced coach that helps coaches to launch and grow their coaching business. If you are logging on, please let us know if you've got any questions regarding coaching and launching or growing your coaching business, and we'll definitely try and answer them today. Thank you for everyone as well that submitted questions to me, because I've got a few, which is brilliant. But we're going to be doing a live Q&A with Joanna today, all about growing and starting and growing your coaching business. Thank you so much, Joanna, for joining us today. It's an absolute pleasure to chat with you. Before we dive in, do you want to just give people a bit of an overview as to who you are and what you do and who you help?
Yes, exactly. So I'm a qualified coach. I am also really good at marketing and sales, hence why I now help coaches to actually get clients, because I think there's a huge gap between being a qualified coach and then actually having a business that generates paying clients, so you can actually have the transformation you went into coaching for. So that's my love, is to help coaches get clients so they can do the work that they want to do.
Brilliant. So before we dive in, what sort of person does coaching suit? You know, to be a coach, who would be best suited to be a coach?
I find it's normally people that have had coaching themselves and then go on a transformational journey to discover the power of coaching, and then you can't help but want to learn the skills and help more people to be able to think. So it's obviously the listening and just really being super curious and interested in people, that they want to be able to make a difference. So I think, I'm sure everyone's got the skills, but I think there's a point where you find out that this is what you love, and then you can't help but to deepen your learning.
Yeah, brilliant. And if someone's watching this and thinks, do you know what? Yeah, I do like learning about other people. I really enjoy helping people. I know actually one of our coaches used to be a nurse. So obviously she's got that whole nurturing side of things. And maybe if you're a teacher or something like that, there's probably definitely transferable skills into coaching. How much does it cost to launch a coaching business?
Well, it's pretty low cost, really, compared to a lot of businesses. So you would obviously want to have a qualification. So that might cost a few thousand. Obviously, it ranges depending on what qualification you want.
Do you need a qualification?
You don't. It is an unregulated industry, but to be honest, everyone I work with is qualified. So I think it's, I think it's really good, useful thing to do. So I would highly recommend it. And, you'll go on your own growth journey and you'll gain so much, as well as it being amazing for your business. And then in terms of setup cost for your business, it doesn't have to cost much. Like a website's £200 or something. You can do things so low cost. But I sometimes think you do need to realize that you probably do need to invest in some business coaching skills, because there is a lot to learn with regards to marketing and how to actually be great at marketing and sales, so you actually make this business work. So in a way, lots of people come to me 2.5, 3 years into their business after trying to do it all on their own and not invest. And then they've lost 2 or 3 years worth of income, essentially. And they've lost a lot of confidence as well. So I do think, despite the fact you can start at really low cost, I think it's good to know that if you want to succeed, you will probably need to pay something towards learning marketing and sales skills.
Yeah, down the line if you want. Yeah. Do you know what? It's so true, because I've had a coach since just before I launched my business, and I do think she has been the best investment I've made in my business. And I'm so pleased I've had her. And I know that you're a brilliant coach as well. And so I really advocate for having a coach if you want. And you know what? Even things like yesterday, when I'm second guessing myself, I'm like, oh, should I do this? Should I? It's a bit like when you work for somebody, you might second, use your manager, might you, as a sounding board. And I just messaged her, and just nice to have that sounding board sometimes if you're on your own.
Oh, it really is. And like you say, I think that's the biggest gap, again, because lots of people have left the workplace where they used to be able to say to their manager or their teammates, like, is this a good thing to do? And then suddenly you've got nobody to check in with. So it's super, super valuable to be able to have that community and feedback as well.
Yeah. So you've decided coaching might be for you. You might, because obviously it can offer really flexible hours, which I know is appealing to a lot of people. People can work, my coach, I've never met her. We just do it all via Zoom.
Yeah.
So it's a good job in that regards. If someone's watching this though and they think, I'd like to be a coach, but how do I know what type of coach to be? How would they go on that sort of journey then?
Yeah, I think most coaching qualifications are more generalist. I mean, there are probably some specific ones, but most of them just teach you the skill of coaching, and then you get to decide from working with people what you'd really like to do, and I guess connecting with your mission, like what do you want to do in the world? So that always helps. Yeah, the niching thing and choosing can be a real hurdle for some people. But I think it's just all about, what difference do I want to make? And knowing that there's no wrong decision. That decision you'll learn and it will take you to your next decision. So there's no wrong decisions. Just think, who would I love to work with, and do that, and then move from there.
Brilliant. How should you price your services as a coach?
So I would highly recommend not charging per single session, because it's a bit like going to the gym. If you're doing pay as you go, I will drive right by the gym thinking I don't want to part with my £10 today. Whereas if you're doing direct debit, you are going to get fitter and you are going to go more often. So your clients will get better results if you sell by a package of 3 to 6 months. But as well as, I wouldn't even say just come work with me for 3 months. I would still be talking more about the journey that person will go on, and how much is that journey worth. So you're paying for the transformation. You're not paying for like a 1-hour session. So if you are changing someone's life entirely, then you can attach a high cost to that, versus, oh my gosh, how dare I charge more than, £100 an hour or whatever that automatically comes up for a lot of us when pricing is in discussion. So that's why I help people create a signature coaching package that really helps them to demonstrate the value of going on that journey with them, so they can confidently say their prices, versus thinking about it as just one session with me, because it's not one session. It's the entire coaches. Like when someone works with me, I'm all in for the 6 months, year, whatever it is I'm with them. They're on my head when I'm on the sofa, or there's you're not just charging for that hour. I'm charging, like you say, for the feedback in between, of the messaging, you going, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do today, and then me being able to go back. So it's a lot more than just the hour, and I think that's a big learning curve when you first start, and it's the most transformational one for both you and your client. So worth saying.
Actually, that leads on to, this was my question. So can you share some of your success stories then of when you worked with individuals and how they've then transformed their own coaching businesses?
Yes, exactly. I've just done a case study video prior to this, actually, so it's fresh in my mind for one of them, which is brilliant. So she used to work at a university where the average hourly rate for coaching is about £50, and she has since joined my program, niched down to people in their 20s and 30s. And again, niching really helps, because it helps them people think, oh, she's the person I want to work with, versus there's thousands of career coaches. What's different about you? So the more you can be really specific, the more it will help. She created her signature coaching package, which is now, I think, about £1,000 for 6 sessions. So versus £50 per single session, which is what she was selling before. So she's obviously made a lot more money than she had before. But more importantly, she's helped people to actually have huge transformation, because they're not just popping in for a 50 quid session. They're committed and they're showing up for the journey that they want to go on in their life. So that's been a really exciting one. I've got a leadership coach who is absolutely acing it on TikTok. Do you know her from LinkedIn? Kate Hill, her name is. Have you seen her?
Kate Hill. I've known Kate Hill, but I don't know if it's the same when she's a recruiter.
Oh, right. No, she does like humorous TikToks, and you would never think that, I'm guessing her age now, I probably shouldn't, but maybe she's around 55, leadership coach. Again, what sort of grown-up people are on TikTok? But she is acing it, having so many clients. She's got 25,000 followers in the matter of 3 months, millions of views on single posts, like loads of them, and she's doing so well, gaining like managing directors of companies as clients from TikTok.
Oh, from TikTok, right? We love you. I'm not even on TikTok, so now that's on my to-do list.
Yeah, totally. And you can do public
You're good at video.
speaking.
Did you help with her with the video then?
No, not really, but it's just the message, you know. So once you get clear on who you're helping and how, and then I give lots of prompts of like, what are the problems that they're experiencing, or what are the biggest questions you hear, and then that helps you to be able to think, what could I create based on that? So no, I mean, she didn't need any help with the video because she's just a genius with her sense of humor and videos. I don't know how she does it, but I think what I can do is just encourage and inspire them to be able to go for their zone of genius. So there's no one way of doing things. She always wanted to be like Davina McCall, a presenter. That's what she wanted to do. So I didn't need to encourage her to do video. Whereas lots of people, I'm like, come on, do a video. It'd be really good. But that was her thing. So I think it's just about helping that person see what they are brilliant at. Tracy, another person's gone all in on public speaking. So she's gained paid public speaking for huge companies like Unilever, Brunel University, Shark Ninja. I'm trying to remember, but she's gone all in for the public speaking, which again, like that's what she slowly realized she wants to create huge impact for women in STEM. So that's how she can do it and get in front of masses of people and then gain group coaching work for these big organizations. So there's tons of ways to build your business, and it just depends.
I like it, and I like how they're all slightly different, even if you offer the same thing as the person, you know, next to you, whatever. You know, your competitor. It's like how you do it differently, isn't it? And obviously that will resonate with different clients differently as well.
Exactly, that's it. And yeah, others that literally just network. They don't do any social media, and you don't have to do social media. You just have to do what you're brilliant at. But often we don't know what we're brilliant at until we've had time to really think about it and know what we're saying clearly enough to feel inspired to actually want to share with the world what you do.
Absolutely. So you're just sort of teasing that out and teasing out those zones of genius and then helping people utilize that. And that's sort of actually the fun is you talked a bit about TikTok. Another question somebody had was, you know, can you share some effective strategies for marketing, especially if you're starting out and you're trying to do it low cost?
Yes, exactly. So the first thing is just to tell people really clearly exactly what you do. And that doesn't mean I'm a coach, because sadly the world doesn't really understand what that means. So you need to be able to articulate your message really clearly. Like, I help people from getting stuck in a rut into a job that they love, or something that's very concrete. Oh, okay, I understand. I'm miserable in my career, and you're going to help me to get into a good one. So it's about being able to articulate that to firstly to your friends, family, everyone you've ever known, because they will be the people that support you the most and gain your first clients. Then there's obviously social media, which is free for everybody to use, but it is a slow burn. Like, don't think you're going to put one post out and your business is going to be made, because it's going to take a lot of consistency. And then, as I said, like, there's loads of ways. It's like, what are you brilliant at? How can you get in front? Ask yourself amazing questions like, how can I get in front of 200 people today with my message? That could be via emailing people, DMing. It could be through public speaking. It could be through TikTok. Like, there's so many ways of doing it. And I think it's just about thinking, how do I want to do it, and making your offer as concrete and tangible as possible, so more people actually understand what you do, so you actually get clients.
Brilliant. And what are some of the common challenges that new coaches, particularly new coaches, face with their clients, and how can they overcome them?
Yeah, so I think the first challenge is the whole being visible. Most people don't want to tell anyone they know what they're doing now. So even years into business, I'm like, have you ever told your friends and family what you're doing? Like, your warm leads, you know, your previous employer and your, you know, but most people avoid that because it's like, I don't want to sell to my family and friends. And we don't want you to sell. We want them to know who you are. So when they're having conversations at the school gate, they go, oh, actually, my cousin does that, or my friend does that. Yeah. You're not trying to sell to your family and friends. You're just trying to help them understand what you do. So when they're having conversations, they can send people your way. So that is the first obstacle, I think, the being visible. Same on social media. I think it takes people a really long time and a lot of encouragement from me, for the people that I work with, to put their first post out is a really big moment for lots of people. And then maybe put their first video out is another huge moment.
Yeah.
Then I think the loneliness, not having anyone to ask, is this a good idea? Isn't it a good idea?
And that's where a business coach like you comes in.
Exactly, that's it. And knowing what to do, like having a structured step-by-step plan of this is exactly how you do it, versus spending years going around in circles, not really knowing what you're doing, and a lot of shiny object syndrome of like, oh, maybe I'll launch a course, or I'll write a book, and then, or I'll do an amazing
I know,
website.
and I've had that.
Yeah, you do, because you're like, oh, this is going to be the one thing, and you see all the adverts saying, you know, if you just sell this £50 course to this many people, but you forget that you haven't got that many people in your audience when you start, so it's just not going to work until you're a bit further on in business, and then maybe you have got an audience and you can sell a low ticket thing. But I think it's a steep learning curve, and there's a lot to learn, and I think those are the main obstacles.
Absolutely. Oh, brilliant. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat with you today, Joanna. Where can people find you, connect with you, and learn more about you and your services?
Yes, perfect. So I'm on LinkedIn, is my main marketing channel, Joanna Lot. If it's not on there, Lott. And my website is joannalotcoaching.com. So you can find out more about me on there as well.
Brilliant. And you're so good at marketing. Your stuff is so good. And so if anybody, you know, is watching this and is thinking about starting a coaching business, or wants to grow their coaching business, or maybe just wants to improve some of the messaging in their coaching business, then Joanna is definitely your person.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Liz.
you.